We're really excited about going to Jackson Wednesday. You know, we first got the job. We're trying to finish up scheduling, and told Keith that's something that I really wanted to do. They were in favor of it. I don't think they've been to Jackson since maybe '07, maybe. So, and we just want to see how the game goes, as far as attendance and interest level, and kind of take it from there to see, what we'll do in years to come. But so we hope we get a good turnout on Wednesday against Southeast Louisiana.
What is the goal and what makes that game so important to you?
I just think that, number one, the students are away from here for a long period of time. And just to, you get a chance to kind of take your team on the road again, which is always good, and take it to a city, our capital, that is, big Ole Miss presence, students, alumni base. And so, we're going to go up and visit Children's Hospital tomorrow at 4, and then we're doing an alumni gathering from 5 to 7. We're all going to different high school games tomorrow night in Jackson. So, and then obviously the game on Wednesday. So there's a lot of the different things that are kind of tie into the trip.
Kind of using it as a test or a gauge for maybe doing something like this again down the line.
Yeah, we sure are. Yeah, we've talked about even the coast, and Jackson makes great sense. And so, like I say, we're just kind of seeing exactly the turnout on Wednesday night and kind of gauge it to what we'll do in the future.
When is the last time you've coached or been part of a game at the Coliseum?
Gosh, when I played in the 1978 North-South All-Star game. That's a while, wasn't it?
Yes.
I think my dad and I were the first father-son to ever play it. I think he played it in 55, and I played it in 78. I think I got a whopping 2 points for the old North All-Stars. Yeah. So, yeah, but it's as far as, I don't know, maybe. I can't remember I don't think I have. I think that's the last time that I've played or coached and, played a game in there.
8 games into the season, how do you feel about where this team is right now? Is it a little ahead of where you thought it would be, a little behind like you thought?
And it's a good question. I don't really gauge it by being 6-2, but I gauge it kind of the quality of play. And I really gauge it kind of since the last time we played in Canada, and how much progress that, we made from that game against the Ottawa Bee Gees, till, the other night. We've come a long way, and we're still a long way to go. But to me, that's encouraging, to watch the ball move. We're starting to get a little bit better defensively. Still, we talk about it a bunch. Still trying to develop our bench, and but I do. I like the progress of our team. But we watched tape this morning for an hour and a half with our team of the game, and I just think there's so much room to grow. The last 4.5 minutes, we have 6 turnovers and a technical foul. I mean, it's unacceptable. I mean, just those kind of things. We went through some periods of time where our play wasn't great, but then we went through a lot of periods of time that was really good. But I'm pleased with our guys. We just got, this is a great time for everybody in college basketball to make some hay now. Exams are over, and you just got basketball just for about 5-6 weeks.
Blake last week and then Terrace today were telling us about your points system in practice. Can you talk about that a little bit, how you arrived at that, what you gained from it?
Yep, we keep every single point since June, and we have a chart, defensive breakdowns. We have like 9 stats of breakdowns. No high hand closeouts, midline, communication, getting split defensively. We have those things. So we keep the defensive breakdowns. But the points is what we keep. Offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, 50-50 balls, assists, turnovers. You get negatives for turnovers. And then how many points do you get, that day? And we keep the winner for the day, 2-day total, weekly total. And it's like, I'll simply start guys based on points, and I'll do it on Wednesday night, based on who gets the most points in the next 2 days of practice. And it for us over the last 8 or 10 years, it has just equated to winning. And we give them to the players every day. They're on the TV screens. And so to me, it keeps me accountable that I'm watching, and all of a sudden you see a guy get a couple big-time offensive rebounds, but you look over a course of a week, Joe's got, 21 rebounds during the week, and Ed's got 6, and it really keeps you accountable. It keeps me up to date on where players are.
How do you think that kind of helps breed the competition level within the practice?
It's always done it for us, where you just gotta. If a guy just thinks he's always gonna start, or the guy doesn't really have a chance, and What we haven't had right now is those 2 or 3 guys, Scooter, who's been out with a concussion, will be back tomorrow, hopefully, at full speed. Zach and those Luis, they've all had good times in practice, but they hadn't just pushed these other guys, whether it's KJ or Blake or whoever it may be. And so you hope that's going to happen at some point.
Who's in charge of keeping track of all the points in practice? How many?
Connor Walsh. Connor is, yeah, Connor. So he's in. He'll keep all the point systems and he'll keep breakdowns, and so different guys will kind of keep. But it's but everything's charted. I'm not saying we get it totally exactly right, but it's pretty close. And for like every defensive breakdown, we do 5 push-ups. And for every turnover, we'll jog to the free throw line, 5 push-ups, half court. There's a penalty pay for every kind of thing that you do, and it doesn't matter if it's the last day before we play in the SEC tournament. We're going to do it. I mean, that's just kind of what we're going to do, and I think our guys know it. And again, it holds guys accountable for practice the whole time.
The offense is top 40 efficiency defensively. I think y'all are over 100 when I checked yesterday. I know numbers aren't everything, but from a layman's perspective, it looks like y'all are improving defensively, y'all are playing better. But what are the areas they can improve to maybe from a defensive efficiency standpoint get better? I mean, what
Yeah. Post defending, we got to get better. We've kind of put in a little deal that, we're starting to maybe double the post some. First time we've done it all year long was against Illinois State. It helped us win the game, and it's something we'll try to get that better. We were still not defending the 3. We're having some breakdowns even in our 1-3-1 defense and our zone defense. We'll just, even in line of bounds defense, we'll just leave guys wide open, and really not trying to get contested 3. So defending the 3 is something that we can sure get better.
It seems like Dom, too, his role has started to kind of become defined. I mean, I know some games he starts, sometimes he's not got the point system, but has limiting his minutes or utilizing him in certain, personnel or against certain personnel kind of helped him get better and find his groove.
Yeah, what Dom does great. He's really good at hedging ball screens, and you're showing on a ball screen. For his size, he's unbelievable at that, and so that's a big part of what we do. Bruce has got to get better at that part. And so, as we all know, Bruce can shoot the ball and stretch the defense and probably a little more refined score around the goal. But yeah, Dom has made some progress. He's got to do it every day in practice. He's got to have energy, his high energy level every day in practice. And that's something that he'll do at times, but not consistently every day.
Is the point system something you devised over time, or did you pick that up from somebody? How did you?
Yeah, we did. I can't remember if it was. It's funny you say that. We've been doing it for a while. I hate to not give anybody credit. I mean, I really don't. It's been a while since we've done it. I can't remember if we kind of started with something and we've evolved. And because anybody can do a point system, it's just whatever you think you emphasize, And it's just, but a lot of people kind of start it, just won't finish it. It's just something that we do. And I can take you back. I can show you a point system from June now. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of points in all these different areas. I'll give it some more thought, and then I'll see if I can. I don't want to leave anybody out. I didn't steal the whole thing from somebody. I'd sure tell you if I did, but I probably, as we all do, probably got some of it as a start and kind of revised it, but I can't remember exactly who.
You talked Saturday after the game about just how the team's still kind of learning, growing, playing true road games. The wins like that kind of help the team from that perspective.
It was. We had a really excited locker room. That team had beaten Ole Miss last year, and good environment. They go in. That's all we've talked about from day one. All the toughness things we're doing is trying to win on the road. And so it's only our second true road test. We're at Butler, and we're up 5, and we couldn't finish it off. And we talked about that a bunch. And so I think those guys felt good, And so winning on the road is good. In Power 5s, you don't play much on the road. I think our league, we haven't played many road games as a total league. You start looking at how many road games the SEC has played. Not many. And how many true road wins does the SEC have? Not many. So you don't get a lot of opportunities before league play. And so those opportunities are good just to get the feeling, especially us as a first-year program under us, is get a chance to get that feeling and win.
Do you do anything, do you kind of try to keep things structurally the same, like go in the same amount of time for shoot around, that sort of stuff as with home games?
Every single thing. The only thing we did different is that we flew into Bloomington a little earlier because Levi and I drove to Chicago to see a kid play, and we took our guys over to the arena that night, the assistants that were there, and they would just free shoot. So sometimes we will do that, but everything is exactly the same. You know, I mean, if you win, the guy who says the same prayer at pregame is going to say the same prayer the next day. You know, so I mean, it's just kind of the superstitions follow everything. You know, and so all those things stay the same, especially if you have success and the players get in a ritual, coaches, and everybody kind of gets in one that you hope that you feel real comfortable with.
So what Dom said he get that tech, and you kind of mentioned to him, maybe say it in Polish.
Yeah, that's what I think Keith Kester was doing the color, and he mentioned that. I thought it was a great point, I can't tell you what he said. I can't tell you what he said. But it's funny in the reaction. So he didn't say it to the official by any means. He was talking to the player, and rightfully so, got a technical. And so hopefully, he did it out of competitive spirit, but it was, but it was not the right timing. It's kind of a thing that can flip a game, so. But as soon as he said it, you see Brent in the tape kind of hold his head, say, oh, gosh, and the guy did. He called a technical, which, obviously those kind of things can flip a game late.
How many negative points for that?
I don't know. That'd be a lot of them. I'm telling you. But you know what he did? We brought him back in the game. We took him out as soon as he got it, and he did well. Yeah, that would probably be a lot of negatives there.
You talked a little bit about that trend of some teams not playing as many true road games. Where do you stand on road games versus neutral sites and the values of both?
Yeah, it's like the Middle Tennessee game we play in Bridgestone. It's technically Middle Tennessee's home game. I just found this out. I think because we're using SEC officials, we would not get credit for a true road win, if I got that right. I think that's it, So I think it's a neutral site win, but it's their home game, which I didn't really know that rule. I got a ruling from the SEC office. And I made the agreement because I made it with AK, so or maybe AK at that time wanted to have SEC officials. I said, fine, So maybe when we made that a few years ago, that wasn't the case. I don't know. But so sometimes you can pick up neutral site games. Sometimes those SEC teams liked playing us. We beat Auburn one year in Bridgestone when Bruce was there, and Bruce really scheduled the game because, number one, they played in Bridgestone, and number two, if he beat us, it was a road win. And so so it kind of goes into that. I think it's important to play some road games, especially before conference, and you'll find some Power 5 teams will not play a true road game before they play a conference game. That doesn't make it wrong, but I just thought that was important for us to play a couple.
With this new metric that's out now, does it make you revisit the way you scheduled for years and years and start thinking about scheduling more road games?
Yeah, that you still get those quadrant wins as far as, road wins value more than, home wins and road wins versus certain ranked opponents. And so I think over the last 3 or 4 years it's made people think more about it. The one thing about the SEC, you're going to get so many really good opportunities over those 18 games starting January the 5th for quadrant wins on the road and at home, where the place I left, we weren't. You really, I hate to say that, but you could almost just go down. You never really, maybe every now and then get a chance for a quadrant top 50 or top 100 win.
Is the assignment of officials something that could be changed?
Not at this late a date. Yeah, not this late a date. Like I said, that's something I agreed to. I was a coach there, so I think we were just. But then you do have SEC officials, which is good. When you go to Nashville, but it was something I just came aware of that because I asked that question to Dan Leibowitz. I text Dan. I said, Dan, tell me now, the Middle Tennessee game, is it considered a true road game? And he looked into it, and he gave me all the parameters of it that they have set, and it makes sense to us now. So going forward, those are maybe some of the things you should think about. All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.